Okay, so on number one today, they're asking us to circle the correct way to divide this word into syllables. I don't care that much about this one, but I'm going to give you the answer. So if you miss number one, that's you didn't hear what I'm getting ready to say. So the correct way to divide this word into syllables is, are you ready for this? We have collar. It's a collar, like I need to flip my collar down. So if you have a collar on your shirt, if you were to divide it into syllables, and remember every syllable has to have a vowel sound in it, A, E, I, O, or U, and all of these do. So that doesn't help us. But the way we say collar is evidently this way. Okay, let's go to number two. Number two, it says the tortoise moves slowly down the path. Now what we're focused, they've underlined the word slowly, and I want to point out that it ends in ly. Now what they are asking us is this: what part of speech is slowly? Is it a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? Now remember, what is a noun? Well, a noun is a person, place, or thing. You got to ask yourself, is slowly a person? Is slowly a place? Is slowly a thing? Now, a verb is what the subject is or does. So the subject in this sentence, I'm going to draw a super fancy line. I'm going to make it a pretty color for us. So let me get this line going. So the subject in the tortoise moves slowly down the path is the tortoise. So I'm going to draw my subject predicate line right there. What did the tortoise do? If you can answer that question, then you know whether or not it's a verb or not. The word slowly, that is. That's the one that's underlined, remember. But if you ask yourself, what did the tortoise do? That should help in deciding, is this a verb? Okay, adjective, if you remember, an adjective describes a noun. So these two things are connected because an adjective describes a noun. So if I said to you that the blue lake was crystal clear, well, blue is describing the lake, and crystal and clear, or crystal clear, if you say that's a phrase, is also describing the lake. So anything that describes a noun is an adjective. So you got to ask yourself, does slowly describe a noun in this sentence? Or is it an adverb? Now an adverb is directly related to a verb. So an adverb is connected to a verb. Now if you notice in the word adverb, the word verb is right there. So you got to ask yourself, now first of all, what is an adverb? An adverb describes a verb. So if you ask yourself in this sentence, the tortoise moves slowly down the path, and if you ask yourself the question, what did the tortoise do? Now if you find that answer, you will know what the verb is. And then you got to ask yourself, does slowly describe what the tortoise did? And if it does, then you would choose adverb. So noun, verb, adjective, or adverb. Those are your choices for number two. And then number 3 and 4 are correct sentences. So let's look at number 3. Don't touch that red hot skillet. I'm going to tell you, we're exclaiming this. Obviously you would yell that. That's a serious thing that can happen. You can burn yourself. So you're going to exclaim this. Now there are some basic problems with this. There are no spelling errors unless it's a homophone problem. So like, for example, what I mean by that is the word touch or skillet. That's how you spell them. Don't change those. Okay, number 4, Lupe asked, why doesn't he never do his homework? Guys, we have a speech tag. Now, what is the speech tag? Lupe asked. Why doesn't he never do his homework? Well, who's talking? Lupe is. So this is the speech tag right here. Okay, now with that being said, we have dialogue. So you got to have quotations around whatever it is that Lupe has said here. Now I'm going to tell you, after a speech tag or before a speech tag, if the speech tag comes first, you got to have a comma after it. So make sure you put that in there, okay? Number 5, circle the cause and underline the effect. Ito had to get a tetanus shot after he stepped on a rusty nail. That is an awful picture, and that has happened to me. I have stepped on a rusty nail, and it went all the way through my foot, and it was awful. And I had to go get a tetanus shot. I had to immediately go to the doctor and get a tetanus shot. And the reason why you get a tetanus shot is because when you get a wound that deep, you don't want it to infect the tissue. And so a tetanus shot will stop the infection. You do not want to get that infected because it can turn gangrene if it gets infected, and you can lose whatever is infected. So if it's your foot, you need to get, if you have a deep wound, you need to get a tetanus shot so it doesn't get infected. That will save you from losing your foot. That's serious business. Recently, a quarterback in the NFL, Dak Prescott, he hurt his ankle so bad, they're very scared of infection. So you don't want to get something infected. So if something like this happens to you, make sure you go to the doctor and you get that tetanus shot. Okay, cause and effect here. What is the cause? What is the effect? Pretty straightforward. Okay, have at it.